we go, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream is loud. Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly high through the rain, through the fire. This is my cause, my only desire.
You see, the match was that bad. I decided I didn't want to come on again. But hey ho, here I am. Rain is joining me. I think he's running a few minutes late, so we are gonna start, and we'll get his thought on the games when he gets here. Boy, what was that? What did we just watch? What did we just watch? We watched a pathetic, spineless performance. I'm seriously thinking. I know we're early with Thomas Frank, right? I say we need him out, and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to start the new year with. I'm going to give Frank. I'm going to start the clean slate with Thomas Frank, and I'm going to let him. I'm going to back him. I'm going to back the players and back the team. We're in the transfer month, and I thought, do you know what? Maybe I was too harsh on Thomas Frank. He's come in. And he's got a group, he's got a squad which is in his own. He's only had one window. And I thought, do you know what? I'm going to give him a chance. I'm going to start clean slate. Let's see where we go. Please, Frank, just leave. It lasted 95 minutes because he made me watch us play against Bournemouth away, Brentford away. That was an absolute dire of football. Both sides were poor. Both sides were extremely poor. But we turned out, it was his start of it, wasn't it? It was the way that we started. It was the way that we set up for a point. We started with 7 defensive-minded players on the pitch. And they sat. And then they sat some more. And they sat after that. And after that, then it was just, when Vicario started time wasting on the 60th minute, and he got booked for time wasting, that was it. I said, I've given Thomas Frank his lot. He can feck off now. Rain, how are you?
Hey all. Yeah, I'm all right, mate.
I don't know what I just watched. I'm still trying to fathom an hour and a half of my life that I will never get back again. I wish I didn't do it and watch the darts instead, because I think that would have been more damn exciting. That was bad, wasn't it? It was poor. Both sides were poor, to be honest, but that was a poor Tottenham performance.
My highlight of the last 2 hours was a power nap at halftime. It was great. It was absolutely fantastic. It was. It was like a little 10, 15 minute power nap. It was just fantastic. It was absolutely brilliant.
I wish I had a power.
We were awful. And the best you can say is that look at tequila. The best you can say. The best you can say is that we nullified them. Like, that's the best you can say. Is we didn't let them sort of get into the game. I remember when Brentford visited us. Because I'm behind the goal, I watched Thiago, and even though we beat them 2-0 and he didn't score, he was good. He was like, he
was good again tonight. By the way, I was impressed with him tonight, actually.
Yeah, but we nullified him. We didn't let him.
Yeah, we did.
He tried hard, and you can see there's a player there, and just like Mateta last week, mate, I'd take Thiago in a heartbeat into our team rather than Richarlison. You know, this is a classic. We can't play football like this and get anything out of Richarlison. Richarlison doesn't. If you play long ball football, which is what we're reduced to today, you get nothing from Richarlison.
Can I just say, Tequila, you were spot on to sleep through it, because I can't get an hour and a half of that part of my life back. I mean, it was so bad. I mean, you want to know Saki Dermot? He was out in force tonight. I mean, we should have had a penalty, which I will have a talk about that. But when Vicario got booked for time wasting on the hour mark, I lost it then. That was it. I was gone. And I said at the start, Rain, right? Big up to you, Tequila. Hope you're doing all right, bud. Hope you're okay, and look forward to getting you back. Miss the big fella. We miss the big man. He is the Simon Jordan of this channel. He used to own Crystal Palace, you know. So yeah. You bought Brennan Johnson today, Tequila. So well done. You bought a good player. You paid us 3 million. Thank you for that. That goes into the pot of buying Enoch a new table for the boardroom. So big up to you, bud. Hope you're doing well. So Saki Dermo for 2 hours worth more than a ticket price to watch that. You should start charging more. We'll talk about that, but we'll talk about that. I want to start something, right? I started today. I came into the game, right? I said, right, clean slate with Thomas Frank. It's the start of a new year, transfer window. Right, I'm going to go in and give him a chance. I'm going to go in there. It wasn't a great performance over Christmas against Palace, but a win's a win. And I thought, okay, you can win ugly. Fine, that's one tick box. So I thought, right, I'm going to go in there. I'm going to give him a clean sheet. And I'm going to go in there. You make me want to support you. I think after about an hour, I was seriously in my head. I was going, would you please resign now? Even the could you just resign and leave the club? We've got a taxi waiting for you outside. I mean, Rain, it was dreadful. You start with 7 defenders on the pitch, basically. You're going away to Brentford. Yes, Brentford got a great home record, but they haven't beaten us. This is our first goalless draw since 2022, and that was away. 137 games, and that was away at Brentford as well in 2022, which you 0-0 with them. We were absolutely dreadful. Where do you go with this? I know we're only day 2 into the window, and I got a massive update, by the way, for you, the guys, in the morning, which we're doing a pre-record straight after this, so we won't be long on here. But where do you start with this, Ray? I mean,
I'm still in the Dermot. I'm still in the position that we need better players.
I agree with that 100%.
There's absolutely no excuse for Pedro Porro not being able to move the ball forwards. But Kudus continually, I mean, like what's the definition of madness is doing the same thing again and again and again and expecting a different result. The amount of times that Kudus runs into a brick wall of 2 or 3 players when he needs to do something different, even if it's just cross the ball sooner. Do you know what I mean? Try and just play it into space for Richarlison. Try something rather than just repetitively doing what you're doing, which isn't working. And Spence must have passed the ball backwards 99% of the time that he had it.
I got to a point, right? Sorry, I got to a point. Mrs. Tron was laughing at me because I kept going mental with going back all the time. Why? Isn't the idea of football, Rain, is to go forward and score a goal?
That's where the white sticks are. That's where the white sticks are. The 3 white sticks with the net.
Is that what we're supposed to be doing? We're supposed to be going the other way. Right.
That's why it's always worked in the past, mate. That's the way. That's what we used to do. You know.
Has it really?
Yeah.
Back in the good old days.
I mean, let's. I'm going to do some generosity here, right? He was forced into playing Gray at 10, and he reminds me of Ben Davies. He's Mr. Nice.
Who, Archie Gray?
Archie Gray. He's not doing anything spectacular. He's going to be. He's quite clearly setting out what his career is going to be. He's going to be a 6 or 7.
Yeah.
He's going to be a 6.5 every game. That's what he's going to be. And some people get very excited when he puts in an 8, but the next game he's going to put in a 6.
I agree.
So,
yeah. He wasn't the worst player tonight, but I thought Mickey van der Ven was the best player on that pitch by a mile tonight.
There was another point.
I gave him my man in the match, Mickey van der Ven. I thought by a mile.
I mean, he was trying. There was one point where Mickey van der Ven picked the ball up. It was about 5 yards outside of a penalty area. I think it was the first half. I think, and was it first half, second half? A minute, I'm trying to remember. Picked the ball.
Is that when he had
5 yards out? And he did a little run. Did a lovely ball forwards that went to either Spence or Odebear. I can't remember. Within 10 seconds, the ball had touched 3 Spurs players, and it had gone back to Van der Ven, further back than when he originally had the ball before he did his run. And you just like, he tried to get some forward momentum, and our guys just passed the ball back. They just passed the ball back. I am on Spence watch. Spence. Spence is so obsessed with ball retention that it's just boring. He's so obsessed with it to the point where I can't remember what game it was, Dermot. Do you remember Vicario got absolutely pilloried because in the 95th minute, we had a free kick and he passed it to Spence. Against, I think it was against Liverpool, Spence did exactly the same thing to Vicario, and Vicario told him to do one. He said, "No, go away. I'm going to take the free kick and I'm going to pump it long." But Spence, so many of them, they need to get into some sort of meeting room. I'm sure there's loads of meeting rooms in HOTSPUR way, in six-star HOTSPUR way. I'm sure there's loads of meeting rooms with great audio, visual, hardware and software, and they need to actually watch what they are doing and how ineffective it is. I cannot believe that someone would watch, that Spence would watch what he's doing and think, that's the type of football I want to play.
Did you sit? Sorry, are we lagging again? Is there a bit of a lag again? No, okay. No. I was wondering if we were. So I didn't mean to cut across you. I know Van der Ven did turn around at Spence in that first half and have a go at them for not getting the ball forward enough. I did see that. Do you know when you said he played Archie Gray as a 10? Could he not play Tell on the left, put Kudos on, put Tell play? Let me work this out. Put Richie on the play, Kudos in the middle. Put, I don't know who could have played on the right. Put somebody in there.
Play Odebear, I don't care. Yeah.
On the right. Put Richarlison on the left and put Morani up front. Wouldn't that make more sense? I mean, he went there with the idea, I want a point from this game. I want a point at this game. At the end of the game, Kolo was playing left wing back at one point. Tonight's the night when managers lose fans. Thomas Frank, I think, has lost probably 90% of this fan base tonight because of what we just seen. I don't know where we'll go with it. There was a question in the chat. I think you answered it sort of where you are. But would you spend money on Frank? I wouldn't.
I don't
wouldn't give
care.
him a damn penny.
I don't give a monkeys about Frank. I don't care. I don't care. I think it's quite clear. Whatever manager, it's getting harder and harder. I'm a data guy, and it's getting harder and harder and harder to not agree with the people who are saying Frank is part of the problem. It's getting harder and harder. But I'm still in the place that we just need better players. We don't have a left winger. We don't have Alderweireld is not the answer right now. He's not the answer. Richarlison is not the answer. He's not an all-round centre forward. He is a moments player. You need to be dominating the ball, putting the ball in the penalty area, and letting him take a chance. We're absolutely decimated in midfield, absolutely decimated. And I don't know if they go and fix part of that problem, but the three midfielders, the three central midfielders that we had today on the pitch are the three central midfielders that we've got in the team. Because Sarr, Bergvall was injured, mate. So Bergvall didn't even make the bench. Kulu, Madders, Simmons, we're absolutely decimated. The quality just isn't there.
No, it isn't there. I watched that tonight, and it was just, we cannot do this anymore. We cannot do this anymore. These are the stats of the game, guys. We just go through them. We had 44% possession with Brentford 46. We had a 1.01 of an XG. It was just because Brentford was so poor as well, that it was that bad. Can I just say both teams were poor tonight? If you're a neutral watching the Premier League for the first time, I think that game would have turned you off the Premier League in total. So that was there. We had 9 total shots to Brentford's 7, 3 shots on target to Brentford's 2. Brentford won the corner count 3-1, 2 saves each. Attack-wise, as you can see, off target 2 shots inside the box. We win that 3-2. Stats-wise show a quite even game, doesn't it? If you go through the stats, it's when you dig into them that you see how poor we were. Through balls, only 1 each for both sides. Touches, Brentford beat us on that. Touches in the opposition box, Brentford beat us on that. Defense-wise, they won more tackles with us, more blocks. We won the interceptions, clearances. We had many more than Brentford did. And then if you go to look, it's just the stats. Duels won. We won more duels. And Thomas Frank will be pleased with that. People coming out, well, we won our duels. Yeah, we've done what we're supposed to do. We won our duels. We are very happy, and we won our duels, and we take this away. It isn't good enough, Thomas Frank. It is not good enough. Look, very quickly, we won't keep this going on much more. There will be a player rating show tomorrow, guys. I don't know how you rate players on that tonight. I think everyone gets a -1, apart from Mickey van der Ven. It is the worst game. You've got players, fans, 67 years. This is the worst game I've seen for the last 59 years. You are the Tottenham board tonight. What are you doing? What are you doing about Thomas Frank? Forget about the players. Look, no, but the problem, the players is going to take time to rebuild the squad. We know that. But do them players look inspired by Thomas Frank? Has he lost the dressing room?
I don't think players should need to be inspired to pass
Well, maybe
the ball
that's
to
the
each
wrong
other.
question then. Has he lost the players' confidence in him as a manager?
No, I just think they're incompetent.
You can blame the players, but the manager has to take responsibility as well. So I'm talking about Thomas Frank as a manager. Forget the players. Thomas Frank as a manager. Is he doing the job he was brought in to do with a performance, with setting up away at home Brentford, who haven't beaten us? We've won there in the last 8 occasions at their ground. Thomas Frank as a manager, has he has he given you the confidence, even with the right players, that he can bring Tottenham on to the next level? Forget about the players, forget about everything. On him and himself, if we buy the right players for him and bring in the right players and we get a better squad, is he the manager that's got your confidence in him to take your Tottenham to the next level?
I think it's becoming more and more likely that in the summer we will have a change of manager. But I think and Ryan, certainly not the away fans. The away fans are very slow. The home fans in the stadium where I go to are very quick to turn on the team. Certainly since Jose and into Conte, the home fans are very quick to turn now when there's a bad performance, and then persist. The away fans are the opposite. They're very slow to turn on the team, and if this is true from Ali Gold, that the away fans have turned on the team, then that's not a good sign.
I think they're booing him. I think they were booed. I think they were booing Frank.
So the thing that I want from Frank is to show Tottenham Hotspur Football Club how to build an effective transfer team to get and build a squad, because our squad is terrible. Really awful. You can go through it. We haven't gotten a left back we haven't got a consistent left back. We're playing Spencer, and he's just he just cuts back constantly. well into 95% of his passes go backwards, and that completely completely destroys the whole team when one player is so defensive. You cannot pass to that player. You can't pass to anybody at left wing because they can't get forward. They can't take their man on. Teams are just. We can say what we want about Kudus running into blind alleys, but teams are just triple teaming him constantly because we've just got no threat elsewhere. We've got no number 10. I've forgotten what Simmons is like, and we've got no number 9.
Well, Simmons is suspended, so you can't he shouldn't. We did miss him tonight. We're missing his spark in the middle of the pitch, that's for sure. But he's suspended, so there's nothing we can do. So we should have built a squad big enough to cope with these chances. Ron, want to quickly go on. We should have had a penalty. Again, VAR. Don't even look at that. We did get away with one with Romero, which Sky kept repeating again, that Romero should have been shown a red card. That tackle on Thiago when he was the last defender there, but we should have had a penalty. Lastly on that, should we have had a penalty? Because I think we should have done. It was another bad decision again.
It was an absolutely stone cold penalty. The only thing you could said is the ball went ahead of him a little bit. But as soon as a player who has the ball and touched it last gets taken down without the defender getting anywhere near the ball, it's a penalty. That's just modern football. Yeah. You know, I just didn't understand that at all. And that is what VAR was brought in to fix. A referee getting that type of decision wrong. Not a dodgy yellow card over here, or something on the halfway line. It's a goal scoring moment where the referee's made a mistake.
Well,
and
I just let you know in the boos, Chris Cowlin, I've just found his thing. The boos were loud at the end. They got even louder when Thomas Frank came over to the away end. And he's put a video up next on that. Says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah. A point that Frank is right. A point away to Brentford is not to be sniffed at. They've got an absolutely cracking record at the GTEC. It's not a terrible result, but you cannot. You're right, Dermot. You go down the stats, and you can talk about stats all you want, but football isn't played on stats.
It's played by eye.
Yeah, and it was terrible.
It was dreadful tonight. Look, the board were there tonight. They've got a decision to make, haven't they? They do have a decision to make. If they're there hearing that the Fusa fans are booing them, they hear the away fans booing them now. They do have a decision to make. It's going to be, look, I've always said it. The Aston Villa game, Rain, you're going to it. It's the end. Could be the end of our season on the 10th of January.
Not Aston Villa, Sunderland.
No,
I won't go. I won't go to Aston Villa. I only do the Premier League games.
I just said the FA Cup is the end of. If we lose that, that's the end of our season. That's it. Season's over, and then you just go for what you can in the league. We're not going to win the Champions League. I don't care. I do know we may even have a go into the playoff at that. The board were there. If you were the board, right, you're in charge. You're Viv or Charlie. You're Charlie or Vinay, and you know what you're doing. As a board, what do you do tonight? Do you start bringing in players? We got rid of Brennan Johnson today. He's gone to Crystal Palace. Do you start bringing in players now? Let's get some players in. Let's rebuild this squad.
They must have a plan.
What's the plan?
The plan has to be, for me, get a left back, a left winger, it's absolutely vital that that we get a left back and a left winger.
Yeah.
Who can play effective forward-looking football. There is absolutely changing. I'm absolutely clear that changing Frank doesn't change our outlook. You might get a little sort of improvement, but then they'll come back. They'll come back to exactly where they are and exactly where a lot of this team has been for the last 3 seasons. Ange was very, very good at getting the lows when he didn't think it mattered, and getting them to do a high when he thought it did. Yeah. But the fact is that these players are still a 5 or a 6 regularly, and we expect them to be a 7 or 8. And there's a big difference between
we did the squad, and only one of them was Mickey van der Ven. Look, Tequila's quite said they're a top 10, top 12 side. They are. This is painful. Every rebuild is painful, but tonight it's just I don't know. I don't know where to go with this. I'm tired of replacing managers. We need to back a manager. We don't back him with the right players. I don't know. Look, I'm going to end it there. I've just wasted a lot of my. I'm just fed up. I just want to say one thing. I need to get this off my chest. I am fed up of the way Tottenham are being run. I'm fed up with the way Tottenham are being managed. I'm fed up with the way that the players play for Tottenham. I am fed up of the way that we execute our game plan. I am fed up with it all. This club is rotten from top to bottom. This club had traditions. This club had a way of going about its business. We've been ran as a corporate business for 25 years, rightly or wrongly. That's the way we've been bought. This is 25 years of mismanagement, 25 years of not buying the right players for the right manager, We had winning managers, we didn't back them. We've had shit managers, we didn't back them. The ones that need the blaming is Daniel. And Conte warned us. And Tequila's right. Conte warned us. So Conte warned us, should have listened to him. Club should have been purged. They should have been purged years ago. And we haven't. And now this is the end. This is the end game of what we got. Shit squad, shit manager, and we don't know what we're doing. We don't know what's happening with Paratici. We don't know why. That's the club's rotten from top to bottom. And I agree with Tequila. It needs to be burnt down and started again. And I just don't know. But like Muggs, I'll be back again here, building up for the game on Sunday. I'll be doing the player ratings tomorrow. I'll be, getting into our transfer business, because I have a belief that this team will win something this year. I don't know why. I just think we might win the FA Cup this year. Call me deluded. Call me whatever. But I just feel I'm an internal optimist. But tonight just proved to me this club is rotten to the core.
I think, and this is a hard truth. I prefer hard truths than easy lies, right? Always tell my kids that, I'm going to give you a hard truth and an easy lie. I think we're in for a very, very hard 6 months.
I think we are.
I think the only thing that we've got, because I think not only are there, we've talked about this, don't we? We've talked about this on a couple of streams. It's clear that it's, and you just mentioned it. It's not just on the pitch that there are problems. It's clear that there's chaos in the boardroom. It's quite clear, and that's causing problems. The only chink of light is us selling a player. I don't care who that player is, but just the fact that we sold a player early is a step change from what we've done in the past, and that's what we need. I think the only thing that we've got, guys, is us sticking together and seeing through whatever's going to happen in the next 6 months. So, suffering together, celebrating together, moaning together,
banging a head together,
snoozing together,
getting drunk together, drinking live on stream when we do a watch along.
Unfortunately, I'm teetotal. I'll stick to the coffee.
Well, we can drink Coke then, can't we? Every time the ball goes back, we'll have a shot of Coke or orangeade or something.
It's going to take a while, and what we need to see is whether ENIC are going to fix the problems. Paratici's gone. Are they going to fix?
We don't know yet about Paratici. We don't know. That's the thing. Nothing's been announced. Nothing's been announced by the club. I've asked for the people I know. Even they say they don't know what's going on. He was at the game on Sunday. Why would you be at the game on Sunday if you won out? Please tell me. So look, I don't know.
It's all power struggles, isn't it?
It is a power struggle. It is a power struggle. So I don't know. Look, it needs to be looked into, but guys, we're going to leave it there. Thank you all for watching. If you are new, hit the like and subscribe if you can on our march to 3K. Tonight was just 3 hours of my life I'm never going to get back. I'd rather watch the darts than watch Tottenham tonight. I wish I bloody did watch the darts. But on that bombshell, Rain, where can people find you, bud?
Here 2 or 3 times a week, on various other channels. Sometimes pop up on Saba, sometimes pop up on Sean. Just we need to stick together. That's the most important thing, and not turn on each other. You saw in the summer there was a lot of angst. There was a lot of angst and a lot of fans, started turning on each other, and we can't do that because we are the victims of this shit show.
Yeah. Do you know what? You never find it on this channel. This is one channel, so I think you will find we're not into dramas, aren't we? This channel, if you want dramas, then you won't find it here. You find honest opinions. You find you, me, Tequila, James, whatever. Honest opinions. We don't turn on each other. We always try to be honest with our opinions. Me, I'm a bit more optimistic than I say you are, Rain, or Tequila is. Tequila is optimistic in his own way, but he's honest with his opinions. He's right to be. I wear my heart on my sleeve. That's how I do it, and that's how I'll always would do it.
But what's funny is some of my opinions you've come round to, and some of your opinions I've come round to, and the same with Tequila. So that just shows we just talk to each other, we listen to each other, and we all have our points. We all have our moments when we go, yeah, do you know what? You're right. You're right.
Well, I love this for the club, though, isn't it? We all want the club to do well. We all want. So, this is hard at the moment. What the club do over the next 30 days is going to be, or 29 days it will be tomorrow, is where we go. It's day one. Brendan Johnson's left. We know also Manor Solomon has agreed to go to Fiorentina on loan as well to the end of the season. So that's got here we go by Fabrizio. There will be a live stream tomorrow at 11 o'clock, guys, with transfers. I'm going to do it live instead of doing it pre-record tonight. It will become that live in the morning. And then player ratings tomorrow and the talk about this game tomorrow night at 8. So do join us for that. Thank you, Rain, for popping on. I am now going to go and speak some sense to Mrs. Tron. She's going to say to me, why were you watching that nonsense? I will say, I don't know, but you're all right. I should have watched the dance instead. On that bombshell, we'll leave it there. Thank you all for watching. Like, subscribe. Thank you. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future shows as we're on the march for 3 days. I want to say big out this lady as well. Big up to Queen Ellie. Great seeing the chat again, Ellie. Have to get you on for a show. Get in touch and we'll get you on. We need to hear from Queen Ellie. Big up to you. Big up to Tequila as well. Big up to you. Looking forward to having you back, bud. I hope you're doing well. On that bombshell, big up to Carl as well. See you later. See you tomorrow. Come on, you Spurs. In Mickey van der Ven, I trust. There you go. All the trust in you, Mickey. See you later.
Eyes on the prize.